Hey everyone, it's Dwayne here. Welcome to another episode of Snapshots from the Summit, coming to you from the a little bit overcast Gold Coast today and a little bit chilly, my friends. Snapshots from the Summit for you first timers, you Snapshots virgins out there. It's 5 minutes of amazing goodness that lead you on your quest to unlocking the money vault and escaping the cage that's keeping you imprisoned. Whether that's a 9 to 5, a job, and that's something we're going to be talking about today, or whether that's a business that's not bringing home the biscuits, so to speak. Today's episode sponsored by Conquer Your Everest, conqueryoureverest.today. If you are serious about unlocking the vault and escaping the cage, we've got a program called The Great Escape, which is your entry to unlocking the 6-figure vault. If that is you, you'll find above or below this episode 3 ways you can reach out to find out more about The Great Escape to unlocking the 6-figure vault, my friends. Okay, let's get on to today's show. So, yesterday, reading the local news, there was a horrific statistic that was released just recently, and it relates to Australians, but I would hazard a guess, and I think I'd be pretty close to saying this is probably true regardless of where you reside on this beautiful planet. It said this about those people, predominantly 90% of those people that were in a job of some sort, working the 9 to 5 grind, so to speak. Anyway, it said this: 1 in 5, so 25% of people who took this survey, and it was quite a large one, over 2,000 people surveyed. So it's, it's pretty accurate. 1 in 5 had less than $50 in their bank account the day prior to getting paid again. So whether they get paid weekly, fortnightly, monthly, whatever it happens to be, 1 in 5, right? 1 in 5 had less than $50 in their bank account leading up to their next payday, right? Now that's pretty horrific when you're thinking about it. Now, 1 in 3 had less, so 33%, 1 in 3. So if you're walking down the street and you pass 100 people, and given that first statistic, 25 out of those 100 people have less than $50 in their bank account. I mean, that's a stressful as fuck way to live, my friends. Stressful as fuck, right? But statistics get even worse. 1 in 3. So out of those 100 people, 33 of those 100 people had less than $100 in their bank account, right, leading up to their next payday, right? So whether that's you or whether that's not you, that is still horrific statistics. So think to yourself, when you look at your bank account, my friends, leading up to the next payday, it's the psychology which is pretty horrific to contemplate. So what happens is that people get paid, right? And so then they think they're wealthy, which they're not. And then they go on the splurge. We've talked about on previous episodes the thinking of the consumer versus the thinking of the investor. Now this is very much the thinking of the consumer here. Is they go on the splurge, they get paid, go on the splurge, and suddenly they've got no money left, right? That's basically the simple math of why people have less than $50, 1 in 5, or less than $100, 1 in 3 when it comes up leading up to payday. Now that's not a very good way to live. That's not a way that you have any opportunity, any chance whatsoever to unlock the money vault. That's not providing security for your family. It's not going to give you freedom, my friends. It is not going to enable you to have any type of security, any type of life without the stress of constant money pressures, right? So the other thing that goes with this hand in hand is the fact that you are living with the stress of constantly being without money and living with the stress of having one source of income. And the worst number in the world is the number one, right? Whatever we're talking about, but specifically when it comes to income generating activities, aka your job, the worst number in the world is the reliance on the number one, right? Because when that number one goes to zero, suddenly having 50 or $100 in your bank account is horrifying, right? Because you have no financial fortress, you have no security whatsoever, no safety net, right? So the thing you need to think about, like pronto, like right now, is how you can increase from that number one to more than 1, 2, 3, 4 number of income generating activities, so that having $50 and $100 in your bank accounts, you are not one of those statistics that I just spoke about, right? That's why we created the Great Escape program. That's why we have the Great Escape Live, where we work with a small number of people, less than 20, over 2 to 3 days. And we create those income generating activities, and we create your Great Escape with you, hand in hand, one to a small number of people in a live environment. You walk out of there with the entire process for your Great Escape already laid out for you to just implement, my friends. So if that's something you'd be interested in, reach out, like I said, 3 ways, right? Above or below this episode. And let's see whether you are one of the people that fit into the categories of people that we actually will work with, my friends, right? We don't work with everybody, we only work with a select few. So that's the end of today's episode, the Horrifying Statistics, $50 and $100. Don't let it be you. And I will talk to you again on the next episode. This is Dwayne signing off for the team here at Conquer Your Everest. Until next time, have an amazing day, and I will speak to you again on the next episode of Snapshots from the Summit. Bye for now.